Hi guys. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of family research, family tree stuff, and a lot of this stems from me feeling a lot of activations in my DNA. And it sounds crazy, but it's just happening. And a lot of it is deeply seated, like spiritual religion. There's numerology, there's cosmic stuff in there, there's biblical stuff in there. There's just so much. And it's like coming from a lot of different directions. And trying to communicate this to people is difficult. So, I wanted to find out my lineage and what kind of traditions and spiritualities and beliefs and paths my ancestors took so that I can better understand what I am feeling, that I know is part of my growth and my process and part of my my lineage. So it's kind of interesting because I'm running into what I consider there's a lines between being like religiously fanatic and open-minded to things being in front of you for a reason, synchronicities, nature. I consider everything God, okay? And God is everything. So anything that is in front of me that has been created, because I believe God is creation, is God working. God being pretty neutral energy. Not the kind of God that a lot of people, God is creation, so God can create through good energy, negative energy, whatever that is, or very balanced energy. And that's what I talk about a lot, is just balancing out our energy, because I know we're not just all good or all evil, or and you run into this. And I believe cards and books and everything that's created from us is created through the power, through the spirit of God. So I just want to make that clear. And on that note, I'm going to pull a few cards because it's just I need some guidance right now. And I know, and it's kind of interesting because you kind of already know the answers deep in. And it doesn't mean what feels right to one person is going to feel right to the next person because of our lineage, because of our DNA. But you find what feels right for you. And the things I do have helped me grow, have helped me stay sober, have helped me not become embedded in self-loathing, depression. I've suffered with a lot of that in my life. So I feel like do whatever helps you. So on that note, we are going to pull a few cards for fun, for guidance, for insight. That's what all it is. And we're going to use the Wildwood Tarot. So I'm going to get 3 cards on this subject. Now, I just feel like a lot of people, us humans, have been stuck in one way, believing that only one book matters in the world and only one story matters in the world, in the universe. And I feel like that is small-minded. And I'm sorry to, rub anybody's feathers wrong, but that's just how I feel. And I feel like that is the beautiful thing about us, is we get to feel the way we feel. And we get to learn to accept others for their differences and learn too. And, sometimes we learn the hard way. Sometimes we don't have to, there's things we have to live and learn. And I just feel like being open-minded to different books, different philosophies, different energies, different religions, different beliefs, different rituals, different whatever is okay, as long as you ain't hurting anybody. I feel like our words matter. I feel like what we do matters. And we got on the bottom the Fool card. Look at that. That's trust. To me, that represents trust and taking the journey and first steps to your journey. Also, we come back to the full energy often, and it's about taking what we've already learned and starting a new journey, having trust and faith, not only in ourselves, but in our guidance, in the path forward. Now, it doesn't mean we can't be foolish and make bad decisions, because that's also part of the Fool card, but it's a learning process, and that's what life is, you guys. Stop, you guys. My room is still being worked on, and then we got the moon. And it was reversed. And then the Knight of Vessels. The eel, the snake, the serpent. Oh, and then the sun. Look at this, you guys. Okay, so we know what we were just talking about. And we get the moon, the shadow, the unseen, the unknown, the intuition, the following your own instincts, the scary but not scary, the choice to trust in our guidance, even if we can't understand or see everything, and moving forward, taking action. And I don't look at just water as emotions. It's also psychic stuff. It's tapping in to the deep. We are made mostly of water, you guys, and our blood is flowing with this energy. And this is really following that energy, expressing it, moving with it. And then we got the sun of life in this deck. To feel alive, to feel whole, to feel warm, to feel at peace, to feel safe, secure, happy. That's beautiful. So we are going to get a Native Spirit Oracle. This is just going to be real short. It's just, I had a conversation with a relative, but very, I wouldn't say just narrow-minded or judgmental, but just what I feel is like very boxed in thinking about energy. Life, like there's so much more to it than just the Bible, okay? And I believe that. And nothing's wrong with that. How much has been lost? How much is not being seen? How much is being hidden with the moon energy? We have to follow our intuition. We have to follow our guidance. We have to follow our natural flow. And it will lead us to clarity. The Sweat Lodge. To me, this is always... Oh, this is funny because we were just talking about this, and it's like, oh, well, there's a difference between, nature and being like at peace with like the natural things, right? Well, I believe it's kind of all natural. This is all natural. Every piece of art and every word is natural. This is our natural flow, you guys. So, Sweat Lodge. This is releasing, making sure you're clean. But it's funny because in Native American, they get visions and channeling and stuff from drugs, from natural herbs and stuff that grow on the earth, which is funny because I don't feel like that stuff, I'm not saying in times it hasn't served its purpose and opened people's minds to things maybe or even tweaked like our DNA or our paths that work through our brains. But it's very important to be, what I feel is very sober-minded when you are getting into the psyche and you're getting into your deep stuff, the DNA stuff, the energy stuff. It's really good to have clear, pure, clean energy. So that's a really nice card. I do want to see what's on the bottom there with that Fool. This is really nice. The Shapeshifter. That changing, shape-shifting, becoming what you need to become. And, people will, I'm going to say speak or preach even about pride, okay? I come from a place in my life where I've been very unproud, okay? There's nothing wrong with being grateful and thankful for everything that's in front of you that's helped you through your darkest times. That's not pride. That's gratitude. And I have that. So I feel like that's important to be said too. So let's get a feather real quick. And we got the raven. How befitting is this? A very kind of magical. And on the bottom, the owl. My spirit animal. Another one coming through here with the raven and the owl. These are both very mystical, magical, psychic creatures we're talking about here that represent the psyche and, doing that kind of work. The moon work, the work, shadow work, moon work, that deep work to seek clarity and safety in the sun, the life force. The universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. These are synchronistic to me, the owl and the raven, and the sweat lodge, all this, if you would have known the whole conversation I just had. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. That is this. And it's funny because the word had come out during this conversation that said, pride comes before the fall. What if it's not pride? What if you're judging it as pride? And it's gratitude and it's gratefulness. And it is being proud that you can see that stuff and you do follow your intuition and you do understand yourself on a deeper level. And you are open-minded and you have seen past the boxes and the one book or the one path or the one way that people believe is the right way. Okay? So I do want to point that out because I feel like that's an important message. And I was kind of just guided to do this after this conversation. And I'm always up for a good conversation. Not very many people want to talk about this kind of stuff in general. So it's really nice when you can get other people's insights, opinions, even if they disagree with what you do or you disagree with the way they're looking at things. It doesn't matter. Whatever helps you and whatever helps them. Be happy for that. So this is from the Galactic Heritage. So this is a little alien stuff, cosmic stuff. So this says open contact, Pleiades. Ooh, we are going to read that because these have really great messages on them. And I believe every card comes out for a reason. And it's so we can see it. Read it. Gain whatever knowledge or insights we can get from everything around us. Not just cards. I don't just look at cards, you guys. I look at everything. I look at the way things flow. I look at synchronicities a lot. I read between the words, the lines. I see things beyond the one book or the one path. Or it's seeing the big picture, you guys. Nothing's wrong with that. So we got open contact, force of attraction, and new paradigm. This is interesting energy as we're talking about this. And it's all... we got future energy here, parallel energy. So the energy, I am going to read 89, open contact. And I'll just read the short version, you guys. This card has to do with meeting an other. And this is funny because this is like the other energy. And this is what I'm talking about, how there's these different energies. And they're, are you going to shut it down or shut it out because it's not what you've been told is right or holy or whatever? I mean, those judgments are harsh, you guys. Stepping into common ground, into the unknown, and making a connection with a new entity or consciousness. It means facing your fears. That's that moon energy, you guys, in order to do this, but experiencing transformation in the process. The future Pleiadians are committed to mentoring humans in this contact process, and their energy is here to assist you. It is also likely that this Pleiadian energy is a future life of yours reaching out through time to support you, or it could be a new channeling experience. Either way, it is time to open yourself up for contact. Yes, we can open ourselves up to not positive contact or positive messages. But if you're aware of what you're trying to do and your intentions, you can be balanced in what you receive and what you reject, because we do have that will. We have that power. And if people tell you you don't have that power, they're trying to disempower you. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. This card is acknowledging that part of your commitment in this life. It may also be acknowledging a connection you have with specific Pleiadian or other beings. If this is not the case for you, this contact card may instead be referring to a different kind of contact you are now experiencing, perhaps with your higher self or with spirit guides. It may also be referring to opening contact with previously hidden parts of yourself. If you are unaware of this, start paying attention to the subtle clues around you. Quiet your mind and open yourself to guidance from the universe. Let yourself embrace an other. And let the experience assist you in realization that it is only a reflection of you. It's very self-reflective, you guys. And then we're going to go to 106, which is the force of attraction. Natural state of existence is balance. It takes more energy to sustain a state of imbalance than to surrender to balance. Balance is a state of integration, where all parts of the self are aligned at one. The Orion light represents this integrated state. This is a force of attraction that guides us back to this state, and it can be felt on subtle levels. We can tune into this force when we are silent and empty. This card asks you to move to your next level of growth by emptying yourself often in meditation. That's also the sweat lodge, you guys. Really thinking about this stuff. Really thinking about where your energy's at and what you're, if you're choosing to resist a natural flow or a kind of balance between inner and outer, light and dark, that is trying to be integrated within yourself. That you're trying to integrate within yourself so that it can be part of your process and part of your life. Actual balance, real balance. This card asks you to move to your next level of growth by emptying yourself often in meditation. Learn to feel the subtle force of attraction that guides you to the state of ultimate balance within you. And then new paradigm, 6. And that's funny because this was, we were talking about a little about numerology. And 6, she said, was the number of humans because we were created on the 6th day. And that's really kind of crazy because we got the new paradigm 6 and then 7. I love this one. This one adds up to 8. And I don't know. It just depends on if you get into numerology and stuff. But that's a whole nother path there. Okay, so we're going to go to the 6, new paradigm. Every culture adheres to a specific paradigm of reality. Earth's paradigm has to do with polarity. The Andromedan paradigm is about experiencing the unexpected and being in constant state of change. And I do believe in constant states of change. And I believe if we just stick to one, and especially only parts of that one book or that one path, not every part of it, just the one parts we want to stay stuck on. When the same path offers another path, that's part of the path. So it's kind of interesting thinking about the change and evolution and growth and creation is constantly being created, is constantly changing, shifting. And I believe that to be God energy, you guys, universe energy, all energy combined, working in its natural flow. The more natural, the more godly, the more natural you are. So if you're fighting your own nature, your own instincts, then you're drifting away from your natural flow, if that makes any sense. When we are in foreign terrain where we don't know the rules, we have to use our inner compasses to navigate. That is this Knight of Vessels and this moon on water. And it's just interesting, you guys. This is really, this card tells you that change is coming, both to your planet and to your individual lives. Learn how to operate in a foreign paradigm by accessing the inner compass. Your evolution can be not only painless, but joyful. Going with that change, following this operating. This is operation. This is operation through the psyche, through the emotional, through our energy. In spite of the polarities or belief systems of what this ill represents or what this moon represents. It's how do you feel it? And has it taught you something? Have you grown from your experiences? Even in our darkest times, we grow, you guys, and we learn so much being more open-minded. I love that. When you stop resisting change and always seeking safety, you create a new empowered paradigm. through which you can live your life. This personal paradigm shift greatly affects the mass consciousness field of Earth and fosters a planetary paradigm shift as well. But first, you have to walk in the unknown with the only map that matters, the one that comes from within you. And I was just saying that at the beginning of this. I've been feeling a lot of this for all year, but I've really taken a lot of breaks this year because I've been really tapping into this DNA. I've really been tapping into my roots, our roots, our existence, our energy, our world, and this is, everything, you guys. It's big. The Andromedan consciousness is always supporting you. And I was just saying that to her too. I said, we're always supported, and I accept, and I am grateful for that support in my life. I'm grateful for the support I get, no matter how I get it. As long as I ain't sacrificing small animals or children or poisoning people or, I don't do any of that weird crap, you guys, really. Like, that witchy stuff. That's why I don't like the word witch, because it got taboo. This is just working with energy. This is just taking guidance and insight from images and DNA activations and real energetic stuff that's happening right now, you guys. Even as I'm speaking this and you're listening, there's an interaction. There's an energetic interaction. And that's why we do have to be mindful of what we're listening to, what we're watching, where we're putting our energy, where we're putting our time. If you know this, though, you do have that will. You do have that control and that power over your life. And you do need to know that. I can't fix all that. Neither can anybody else. You have to do that. I can just show you what I'm doing and hope it helps somebody. It may not be for you, but it's, that's why this is tea time. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. That's fine. I've said that before, and I'm good with that. Their energy gently guides and encourages a profound personal and planetary shift in consciousness based on the pure, fluid nature of consciousness itself. Being aware and mindful of all this, you guys, of everything, not just one book or one way or one path or one, that's a lot of cards, okay? This is a big deck. And for those 3 cards to come out for this reading, and on the bottom, conservative attachment. Look at that. Conservative attachments. Hanging on to that old stuff and really wanting it to be the answer of the work. And it's just, things are meant to, and this is a present card. This was the only present card, and it's the underlying, what I look at as the underlying energy. And you'd have to specifically look at that, but I am going to look at that because it's got me. Because it's what intention for this reading, and this just makes a lot of sense to me. When it is a time of transformation, it is natural to fear change. There is an illusionary feeling of safety in the familiar, even if the familiar is dysfunctional and no longer serves you. Take a look at your life now. What are you clinging to that is old and familiar? It is time for an inventory. That is also Sweat Lodge, doing the inventory, cleaning out the closet, cleaning out old beliefs or old stuff that just isn't serving you anymore. It's just not, things have changed. Things are evolving. It's shifting. It's balancing. It's integration. I feel like this whole year I've been feeling like major integration energy. When you clean out the old, you make space for the new. The karmic pattern of fearing change is one that must be healed at this time. When you resist change, it is often forced on you. You can circumvent this by taking small steps towards change, which eventually lead to greater strides. Start now. This can also just mean, releasing old habits. This can, this card also speaks of addictions, crutches, what I would call a devil energy, fear. So letting that out, cleansing yourself of that. Not fearing, because you are a powerful being and you do have will and you can make choices for yourself. Now, whether those are negative or positive, you're meant to go through what you're meant to go through, and you will learn and you will be guided. It's just about paying attention to everything around you, not being stuck in a one-track mind. I do feel this. So I'm really glad you guys came by for this little reading. I just had to do this. It was just one of those things. So as always, thank you for coming to this quick little, I don't even know what to call it, this little reading, this little talk. We're going to call it a little chat, a little tarot chat. And I appreciate you guys. And, yeah, I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate people that support each other. And, just want people to do the best they can, no matter what. So, no matter what, follow your heart, guys. Follow your guidance. No matter where you get that guidance from, no matter how crazy it sounds or whatever, it's all the same. It's all coming from the same place, you guys. Creation, God, the universe, energy. We are here. We are alive. And we need to accept that we are energy. We are. And we are feeling it all. So I hope my good energy is with you during all these shifts that we're going to be going through. And this is just a lot of integration happening right now. And it's important. And it is hard. Because we don't have to go dramatically one way or dramatically another. There is balance. So it's finding that, guys. Finding what works for you. So have a good night, and I will talk to you later.